Silence, if you please.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you...
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
I know this is a weird thing to start the show with, but I really feel compelled to talk about the Shawn Mendes, Camila Cabello breakup because it's bothering me and I've been thinking about it all day. So I feel like we really need to discuss it.
It's been bothering you? Why has it been bothering you?
Okay, so I heard that she's upset, she's sad, blah, blah, blah. He initiated the breakup. Okay, a source close to the couple is saying this. And usually a source means somebody that actually does know. So we don't know for sure, obviously, but it seems like he initiated the breakup. It was his idea, you know. But what they did was they had a joint breakup announcement, you know, that they're holding on to their friendship. It was not a bad breakup. The relationship was getting stale. We've always been best friends. We're going to continue to be best friends. That's not going to stop. Like the romantic part's over, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But I really feel like it was the Cinderella thing that made him look at her differently. You know, when they first started dating, remember, so she's 24, he's 23. So they're like on the younger side, but they're both well into their careers. I feel like when you're both on the rise, you want to both be in the same place. And it seems like his star is rising way faster and way better than hers because, you know, her music is okay. It's doing okay. But then she did the Cinderella thing and she thought that she was going to work her way into the world of television and film and all that. But it was terrible. And she was terrible. And I feel like it's a total turnoff. And if you've ever dated anybody who is in art of some kind, I dated this guy who was a painter. And when I first started dating him, I fell in love with his 2 chocolate labs. So I was like, okay, how bad could a guy be that has 2 chocolate labs? And he's a painter. Like, how cool is that? And he lived in this like crazy basement apartment and his life seemed so romantic and he was kind of sexy. But then I saw his work. And it was terrible.
It's not. The dogs were good. The work, not so much.
It was not good. Where I was like, what delusional life is he living in that he thinks that he's going to become like a well-known, like, it's not like he's a bartender and a painter or he's an accountant and a painter. He was just a painter. Like he was living off whatever he could, taking money from his parents. I mean, granted, we were younger, so it was okay to take money from your parents back then. But it's just the idea of like, nobody said to him, dude, you're terrible. And that was my turnoff. Like when I first met him, very sexy, great dogs, cool life. I thought, oh, this guy's kind of interesting. Saw the work and was like, yeah, no, I was immediately turned off. And while Camila Cabello has an amazing singing voice and she's super talented and she gets on a stage like as a pop star and she kills it, I feel like he probably saw her in Cinderella and was like, oh, not attracted anymore.
Well, that's hard to believe because when they first started dating, he was all about her. I mean, he was doing everything he could to attract her to the point where it was almost obsessive. So right. I'm very surprised at the breakup.
Okay, so do you think he's one of these guys that really tried hard and once he gets what he wants, it's not exciting anymore? Do you think that's more like it? Like he tried so hard to get her and he finally did. And then it was like, oh, well, that was too easy.
Yeah, then he goes on stage and 15,000 girls are screaming for him. And he's like, maybe I'm 23.
Right.
You know, some people do get that wake-up call at 23. Some people don't. Some people get that wake-up call at 23 and say, I want to play. I'm young. Let's live my life. And I think somebody might have even gotten to him and said, hey, you're too young for this.
I feel like it depends on the girl, too. Like, even though Elon Musk and Grimes have split up, I feel like she's so bizarre and edgy and hard to keep up with that she probably kept his attention a lot longer than if he was dating like, you know, a Taylor Swift, you know, somebody who was kind of just a Scarlett Johansson, someone who's just like predictable and safe and pretty, but like not edgy. So I feel like Camila Cabello also she's tight with her dad. She's just like a normal person. I don't know that she was able to keep his attention long enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I'm surprised because he went full out to try to get her.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. He got her, and then the chase is over. Once the chase is over, I mean, there's guys like that they love the chase, and then once they get you, they're not excited anymore.
You don't know guys like that. All guys like that. So every single guy is like that. So it's just how tired we are once we've gotten you. So
if you're saying every guy is like that and he's like that, then why would you be surprised that he's done with her and she's bored him at this point?
Yeah, because I don't know, because I saw how hard he went after her. And that was, I mean, he went full board. He was trying everything. So I thought it might work. And when he broke up with her, that blew me away. Because she played really hard to get.
But you're saying you're contradicting yourself.
No, I understand what I'm saying. I get it.
Do ya?
Yeah, I do. I understand once you win the race is over. I get that.
Right. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
He worked out a long time to get into the race. And usually if you work that hard, you're a little bit too tired to move on. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's 23.
He's 23.
Going to get tired
he's
of
not
anything
43.
these days.
If he's 43, it's a different story.
Right, exactly. But I don't know. I just feel like, and then remember there was that whole thing about how her fans went after Normani and she didn't do anything to defend Normani after they were like best friends. And now Camila Cabello ended up on one of those BuzzFeed lists of celebrities that people don't like anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just think all that stuff taken together, the fact that nobody watched Cinderella, the ratings were not good. She got terrible reviews. Then BuzzFeed had her at the top of their list of celebrities people no longer like. I don't know. I feel like on some level that must have an effect when you're a pop star and a celebrity and all you have is your brand.
She might have bitched one too many times about leaving the toilet seat up. And he went, I'm not doing this. This is, she complains way too much. I gotta go.
I feel like she was probably too nice because she seems like a really, really nice person. Like she just doesn't pick a fight and is not interested in being like toilet seat up stuff. Like also, these are celebrities. These are people that have a lot of money. These are pop stars. They have many toilets. So he had his own bathroom. So whatever he did in there is his business.
Yeah, I know. But once she brings it up and she brings it up again and it's enough. I just had 15,000 girls screaming for me. They're not going to complain about the toilet seat.
And the crazy thing is they're both super talented and super hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if I were her, I'd be like, yeah, I'm sad that didn't work out. Next.
Yeah.
Is Zac Efron single? Who's out there?
It's easy to move on when you're that hot and that talented.
Right.
And then you have
have access to all these other celebrities. I mean, if I were her, I would have already had a list in my head of who she's going to go to next.
Yeah, she probably does. I mean, it's late on Friday. She probably started that list this morning.
So are you surprised that Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian are actually an item now?
I can't with either one of them because we've had this conversation with Pete. Oh, look who Pete's dating now. Oh, look who Pete's dating now. And it only lasts like 6 months.
Not even that long.
Yeah, so I can't get excited nor care. If they get married, maybe I'll care. But it happens too quick for both of them. So
it's so insane that this guy who, we talked about many times, like what the attraction is, but the fact that the most beautiful women on the planet have completely fallen for him, like have completely like given over to his charms.
Mm. Yeah, but saying that he can date a woman with zero baggage. Kim Kardashian has so much baggage, she needs movers.
No, she doesn't have any baggage. No, in fact, she has no baggage. She's the most mentally competent, sane one of all of them. She's one of those women who feels like she wants to take a damaged guy and help him and save him because she is so sane and normal and good and a good mom.
No, I'm saying baggage by kids, ex-husband.
Oh, you mean like that kind of baggage, not mental, psychological baggage. You mean, I see.
No, I'm talking sisters, mom, ex-husband, kids.
4 kids, yeah.
There's a lot of freaking baggage. And when you're Pete Davidson, you just moved out of your mom's apartment.
Right.
Like 6 months ago, you just moved out of the basement of your mom's house in Staten Island. You ain't ready for 4 kids, a mom, 3 sisters, and crazy ex-husbands, and Kanye and Us Weekly. You're not ready for it.
Yeah, definitely not. I don't think this is a forever. I'll be shocked if this is a forever relationship because, again, you're right. I don't think he's ready for what she has. I mean, she should be looking for a guy that can look. She doesn't need a guy to take care of her. Obviously, she doesn't need a guy to parent her kids. They have a father, but she does need somebody who's not a flake.
Right. And 4 kids is a lot for any guy to take on. And you're a player.
Right.
You are.
I think it's more than that. I think it's the fact that Kim Kardashian is somebody who eclipses everything and everybody else. I don't think he realizes, like, he's the guy that he's usually the big star. He walks in a room, people are like, oh my God, Pete Davidson is here. It's going to be like, oh my God, Kim Kardashian is here with some guy. You know, I don't think he really has an idea of the level of stardom that she possesses. Once he's in that world, once he sees, that's why she and Kanye got along so well, because Kanye has an ego that big and has a career that big and a following that big. Pete Davidson doesn't. I think she's going to eclipse him in like a month. That'll be the end.
No, the minute he walks on a red carpet and somebody says, can you move for a second? Get out of the picture.
Exactly.
Then he's going to say, whoa, no, wait, hold on.
Right.
I got to date somebody where they move her out of the photo, not me.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to be shocked at how quickly people are going to be like, who's that thing on? What's on your arm there? Can you take that off your arm? Kim, we got to get a picture of you.
That's what I mean by baggage. And then I guarantee the mom calls every 5 minutes. And if the mom isn't calling, it's her glam squad. She can't get up without her glam squad. He ain't putting up with this.
Well, she has a very structured life, 2 hours of working out, and then she does photo shoots, and she has all these products and things that she's promoting all the time. And she's got sponsors and people to answer to. She has partners who are working with her in her Skims project, her Skims line. So she's busy. She's an entrepreneur and a businesswoman. She's busy.
And he just wants to see boobies. Yeah. That's really all he wants. He doesn't want all that. He just wants to, let me see the boobies. Wow. Let me see the butt. Wow.
Right. Ariana Grande was actually really good for him because in between gigs, she was around. She hung out. You can wake up and have like a late breakfast and order in and lay around all day and watch movies.
That's not Kim.
She had her own life. No, Kim. I mean, Kim's up and moving and going. She's got to get the kids ready. She's got to, I know she has nannies and stuff, but she's part of their life. She's not one of those absentee moms. She's got an empire to run. She's busy.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
For lack of a better word, dumb.
New segment idea. Fake news, but it's not fake news. It's real.
Okay.
So feel bad for everybody in the world because this isn't fake. This is real.
Fake news.
Okay.
Fake news. Fake news. Well, it's real life. People act so strange these days.
It's Cooper and Anthony.
It's got an opening now.
Of course it has an opening.
Because we have so much fake news where you go, what? No. Thanksgiving dinner. It's going to cost more this year because everything is higher priced. Right. So when you think of it, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So it's going to be 14% higher this year. So for 10 people, it's going to be $53 instead of last year was $46.
And this is the year that people have less money as well. So it's like, so you're going to increase everything the one year that we have less money in our pockets? Thank you.
Okay, why are turkeys 24% higher than last year? There's no turkeys on a barge.
Nope, that's true.
The turkeys come from down the street. So you can't tell me that they're on a barge in the middle of the Hudson waiting to dock Because no, they're here. We grow them here. So I don't know why turkeys have gone up 24% in the past year.
Right. What would be the reason?
Yeah, I don't know. Just for no reason.
No, they have to. They're caught up in the supply chain somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just because they can. Because everything is more expensive. So I guess they're charging more for that. Over 500,000 Americans have lost their sense of smell permanently because of COVID.
Permanently? I didn't know that.
It's gone. 1.6 million people no longer can smell. Good news for you, but...
Yeah, those are my new friends. So that way I can hang around with them. It's like, oh, how long has it been since you've showered? I don't know. You'll never know.
Yeah, so they don't have smell no more. That's the downside of getting the COVID is you thought you couldn't taste and smell, but that's going to last your whole life.
Find me those people. Those are my new friends.
They're probably all in New York because that's great. New York would almost be perfect for me if it didn't smell like piss. I would be like, I like it here. It smells good. A man wins $25,000 a year for life by using the same lotto numbers he's been using for 4 years.
Oh, that's so smart.
So for 4 years, he's done nothing but 5, 7, 11, 21, 29. And finally, 4 years into it, he won $25,000 a year for life from the Michigan lottery.
I wonder how much he invested in order to get that 25,000. Like, is it a good investment? Did he spend 50,000?
Yeah, that would be $2 a week. So that's
for 4 years.
For 4 years. That's like, $800.
Yeah, right. Good point. So he definitely, that's a win.
Yeah, he got the lump sum of $390,000.
Wow, what?
Yeah, so, I don't know what. God, I sound like what's his face now. Would you take the $390,000 or would you take the $25,000 for life?
Depends on how old you are.
Yeah.
If you're young, you take the 25,000. If you're older, you don't know how much longer you're going to be around. Give me the lump sum.
Denver has shattered a snow record already this year.
No.
For not one flake falling.
Okay. I was going to say.
So far, they've shattered a record that not one snowflake has fallen in Denver.
So by now, Denver would have had snow, you're saying?
They would be plowed under, but they haven't even seen it. So, yeah, global warming is not happening. It's fake news.
Welcome to Florida, Denver.
A couple vanished after stealing COVID-19 relief funds.
Oh.
So they stole all of this COVID-19 relief funds. They have 3 kids, 13, 15, and 16. So did they take the kids? No. They left a note for the kids and said, "We will be together again one day. This is not goodbye, but a brief break from each other." So they left their kids.
Break from your children. So they were on a break.
They're on a break.
They're Ross and Rachel with their kids.
Yeah. So they took the money. They ran without the kids.
Oh, my God. That sounds like my dream. Whoa. So what happened to the kids? Does it say where the kids are going? Are they in foster care? Did an aunt take them? What happened?
The couple still have not been found.
I guess if you're somebody who's going to steal relief funds from people that really need it, you're probably
piece of shit.
Those kids. Yeah, you did those kids a favor. Like they need better parents than you.
See, I don't understand this. This happens all the time when restaurants have all you can eat.
Right.
And then they say, you got to leave. You eat too much. So this guy in China was eating at a buffet and he just ate so much and drank so much. They said, you can't come here no more.
But all you can eat.
He drank 30 bottles of soy milk. So,
no.
When you go up to, well, you don't know because you've never been to a buffet in the past 30 years, but
no,
they have the metal pans.
Oh, yeah.
That
sure.
they put the food in. Instead of going up to the metal pan and taking a few shrimp out, he would take the whole metal pan.
Oh my God. And then eat the whole thing.
Yeah, he would eat it all. See, that's the thing that pisses me off is he didn't have any waste. He ate the whole thing. So he ate a lot, but he ate it all.
You can't have the competitive eaters come in there. Like if you're doing all you can eat, you got to make sure that people coming in are not competitive eaters. Because what you're talking about is competitive eating levels. Like nobody can drink that much soy milk or eat that much food unless they're like championship eaters. That's not regular people stuff.
Well, then don't have an all-you-can-eat buffet. You know, if you have an all-you-can-eat buffet and somebody 700 pounds walks in there or Joey Chestnut and they're going to eat, you got to say, okay, come on. Because those places have to throw away a ton of food.
Right. And more than that, it all evens out because then you get somebody like me who comes in. I had gone to an all-you-can-eat buffet years ago with my family. And you know me, I don't really eat much anyway. And there was nothing on the buffet that looked good to me. So I just took a little salad that I picked at, but I had to pay the full price. So you get, or children come in and children don't eat that much. So they have to pay full price, whatever the child's price is, but still it's full price. So in the end, the restaurant doesn't lose money. You can't kick somebody out for eating too much. Sorry.
Yeah, you paid $30 for salad. Netflix is an evil bastard, by the way. Netflix is going to produce a 10-episode comedy series set in the last Blockbuster video.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, that's horrible. That's like if you kill your wife and then come out with a comedy series about on top of her casket.
I see your point. Yeah, right.
So Netflix is dancing on Blockbuster Video's grave by coming out with a comedy series. Yeah, you're the reason why they don't exist anymore.
Right. That's a good point.
And there is one Blockbuster left, and that's where it's going to be held at in Real Life Bend, Oregon.
Oh, my God.
It's called Real Life Bend. That's the name of the town. And that's where the last Blockbuster is located. And that's where they're shooting the show.
Oh, it's so mean.
Who goes to the last Blockbuster?
I'm sure there's people out there that still have a VCR or a DVD player because do they do DVDs too there or just
yeah, they had DVD. They
oh, cool. Well, there you go. Yeah. So somebody's got a DVD player out there.
See, I miss walking around Blockbuster on Friday night looking for a movie, running into the Blockbuster to see if that new movie was there or it was all gone, and then walking around like a zombie looking at all the movies. You don't have that anymore.
They had a wall full of it. Whatever the new movie was that came out, it was a wall full of it.
And I'm going to let you know, you had to watch the whole thing. Because now you'll last 4 seconds into a movie and say, no, not going to watch it. But if you paid $4 for that movie, you're going to watch the whole thing.
Right. That's true.
So that's why we got through a lot of horrible movies because we paid for them. But now nobody watches a horrible movie more than 5 minutes. We
hated it 10 minutes in, but we kept going to get our money's worth.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to rewind this movie 5 minutes into it. Oh, no. I'm gonna watch it, and then I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow to finish it before I rewind it and take it back.
It's why Pauly Shore had a career.
Yeah, tell me in the Army now you would have watched that.
No, of course. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way. Right? We are responsible for Walk Like a Man. That's our fault.
Or The Animal. Remember that horrible movie? There was so many of those movies that we went,
right.
Oh, God, a European gigolo. Fine, I paid for it. I'm going to watch it.
Yep. If it was terrible and it was available at Blockbuster in the 90s, we made it happen.
And the cover looked cool. If the cover looked good, we're going to watch it.
Oh, no.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
He's a poo-poo head. Poo-poo face.
Genesis, the band Genesis, they're on the road again.
Oh, They are?
Yeah, believe it or not. And
But who's in the band now? I thought that they all split up and Phil Collins has his stuff and Peter Gabriel has his stuff.
well, Peter Gabriel's not with them. He hasn't been with them for forever, but Phil Collins is still with them. And
Okay.
Phil is in pretty bad shape now, so he sits the whole time and does the show, but he sounds amazing.
He's a drummer. Of course he sits.
No, he's not playing drums. He can't even hold a drumstick anymore.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, his hands are so bad he can't even hold drumsticks. So he sits in front, but he sits on a chair, and they haven't done the song Misunderstanding since 1984 live.
Mm-hmm.
Stereo Gum put out a video of them doing the song. So I guess people were there. It's kind of it's a decent video.
Great song.
It's a great song, but then you go to the Rolling Stone video for this song. So somebody in the second row decided to record it also, and Rolling Stone magazine put it out. And this is why I hate to go to a live show. I hate going to football games live. I hate going to shows live. This is what you get.
Oh my God, what a mess.
No. Everybody around him is singing off key.
Oh, I thought that was the band screaming, singing. I was like, wait, why are they singing like that? Oh. Oh, God.
I'm like, dude, shut up.
That should not be allowed. Oh, Jesus.
This is like a bad karaoke show, and you think the first time I saw this, so I saw this video yesterday, and I said, wow, Phil Collins sounds like crap. He's off key. I've never heard him off key. And then I found the other video where people weren't singing, and you could tell he's definitely
It wasn't
on key.
Phil Collins singing. Phil Collins was perfectly fine, singing beautifully and amazing like he always does. And those were the people around the guy filming it, which, you know, I have to say, like, you pay $500 for a ticket. I mean, these concerts are not cheap, especially the ones that are geared towards boomers. You know, they think boomers all have money, so they target them and they charge them a lot of money. My friend's mom is a boomer, and she was telling me about, like, she went to go see Cher, and she said for every row you went back or you went up, it was an additional $500.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So and I was like, that's so crazy. But so that's what they did. And it's like really expensive. It should not be allowed that people around you are singing the songs after you paid all that money.
Yeah, and this moron doesn't even know the lyrics. Nero.
Oh, no. Places that you always go. I'll help you out here, son.
So I'm like, dude, shut up. Phil Collins is days away from death. If you see him, in his, he doesn't look good. It's not good.
You're singing the wrong lyrics off key in my ear, and Phil Collins is 2 feet from me. Shut the fuck up.
I can almost touch Phil Collins, but I'm listening to you.
Right.
So
that's what I mean. That should not be allowed. There should be something when you walk in and they tell you, like, you know, you have to have a COVID test and they give you all, you know, don't bring a gun. Like, you can't bring alcohol. You should also not be allowed to sing loudly in the person's ear standing right next to you.
To where you sound like they're off key. And unless you're a really good singer.
No, even if you're a good singer, it's going to ruin the concert. I didn't come to hear you sing.
Right.
I came to hear that band up there. In fact, I paid a lot of money for that.
Yeah, let's go to a bar, a karaoke bar, and then I'll listen to you sing there. But now,
exactly.
Let him do it. See, that's what I hate about football games, because at football, you get idiots around you screaming, drunk, breathing on you. At home, you know what? I have the perfect seat at home.
Can't believe you're so weird.
It's Cooper and Anthony.
So weird.
You speak when you're spoken to.
I love that the two studies that keep coming up over and over are about how much coffee you're supposed to drink and whether penis size is a thing or not. I feel like every time I open up a study or open up one of our prep services or something, the same conversation. It's either like 2 cups of coffee a day is great. 2 cups of coffee a day will kill you. And then the other studies about penis size. Women don't care about penis size. Women really care about penis size.
It's because you have Google alerts for both of these.
It's really true. Yeah. Coffee, penises, and dogs are my Google alerts.
Yeah, that's and Cooper Lawrence, dogs.
Yeah, my own name.
Coffee and penis. So that's why you keep seeing it all the time.
That's a good point.
Because it pops up in your email.
Yeah, it's a pun intended. But it's just so funny that these studies come up and it's like, you're right. I must have a radar for this because other people just look at this. They look at all the studies that come up and they look at articles and they're like, oh, look, Pauline Porskova is saying something wacky. No, I ignore that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, penis size? What? I'm in. So here's what's interesting. I'm going to give you like a little bit of a kind of a quiz here. So we have talked about this before, that the most recent studies find that 61% of baby boomers and 60% of Gen Xers both think penis size is important to sexual pleasure. 61% of boomers, 60% of Gen Xers, when they were asked, does the size of a penis matter when you're having sex? Yes.
Well, I guess it does. That's a majority of both generations.
Of those generations, right?
Right.
So then they asked Gen Xers, then they asked Gen Zers and millennials the same question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, think about Gen Z and millennials. Think about how they are socially correct, more woke than their older counterparts, body shaming, fat shaming, penis shaming, like none of that stuff is okay with them. I said to you a couple of weeks ago when we talked about penis size, I was like, you know what? Stop making comments about men's penis size. Like, first of all, it's none of your business. Second of all, it's nothing a man can change. So don't make men feel bad about something they can't change, just the way don't make women feel bad about stuff they can't change.
Keep it in your pants and then we won't have that problem. Nobody knows. The only person that knows is you, your wife, your husband, or your doctor. That's the only people that know. So I can shame you all day long.
Right. So knowing that about the different generations and what they care and don't care about, do you think that millennials and Gen Z cared more about penis size than boomers and Gen X, or less about penis size?
More.
You are correct. Not just more, way more.
Mm-hmm.
Way more. 74% of millennials said size is important, as opposed to 85% of Gen Z that said, oh, yeah, that's super important.
Because they have porn at their fingertips.
Well, I wonder if it's a youth thing. I wonder, like, the younger you are, the more important penis size is, and the older you get, the less. Because I wonder, like, so baby boomers and Gen X, it's only 60%. But I wonder if when they were millennial age and Gen Z age, they cared more. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you would have...
If you're 20, do you care more than when you are 50?
Yeah, so a Gen Xer is what, like, I don't know, 45, 50, something like that. So if you talk to a Gen Xer 20, 30 years ago, would more of them be like, yeah, penis size, super important?
Got it.
And then I started thinking, like, what's this conversation about? Why do we keep having this conversation about penis size? Why is this so important to everybody? And what they find is, like, normally men care more about it than women do. But so I went to the source. I went to National Geographic.
I went to God.
National Geographic is really the god of these types of studies because, all they do is go back to the cave. They go back to evolution. They look at, like, well, why would this be?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was really interesting because I was like, I actually Googled, like, why do women care about penis size? And you can imagine what came up when I Googled that.
You shouldn't Google that.
Yeah. But here's what National Geographic says, I think is really interesting. They said you always have to go back to the cave and think about it like this. So when people were walking around back then, they didn't have clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Clothing wasn't a thing. Like, whatever, like Louis Vuitton wasn't making shoes back then, and Calvin Klein wasn't making dresses, or whoever. I don't know. I'm not designers anymore. I have no fashion sense. But the only thing women had to decide whether they were going to procreate with a guy was the size of his penis. That was, and they could see it because they were all walking around naked. So they were able to look at a man's penis and go, oh, well, that one looks like it will be able to help me make babies.
My eyes up here. That's what the caveman said. Eyes up here. They kept looking at it. Stop looking. Look at my eyes. Tell me how beautiful eyes. I keep looking at. Yeah, thanks.
Well, no, but they didn't see. They didn't shame each other over.
Oh, yes, they did. The guy with the big wang, he was the king. The guy with the small wang, he's the one that was the jester.
Well, no, but you're right, and that's the thing, that it was evolutionary. That women looked at a larger penis and thought, no, it wasn't like, oh my God, it's big, I'm attracted to it. They thought it's larger, which means it probably has more sperm in it, and it can probably fertilize more of my eggs and really get up there, which is, what I need to make babies and keep, the population going. So it's hard to think of it through like a 2021 lens, but when you think of it like that, that makes more sense. And if you see a tiny penis, you're like, well, that sperm will never make it in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So early humans didn't wear clothes, and male penises were obvious to women. So women chose their mates based on the size of genitalia. So now we talk about it so much like, that's crazy, but it does have an evolutionary aspect to it.
Yeah. The ones with the bigger, the smaller wieners, they buy the Porsches and the big trucks.
That's right.
So that's how you can tell now. They're not walking around naked, but they're driving a Porsche. It's like, I get it.
Me make wheel. Me have tiny penis. Made wheel.
Trucks. Oh, I understand.
I see why you made the wheel. You needed women to look at you because they weren't looking at you. Now it's like, oh, right. I'm with the guy that made the wheel.
Ask me about my wiener.
It's the Cooper and Anthony Show.
Ask me about my wiener.
I have to say, I don't fault this kid because he's 10. But you would think that a parent would have been around or somebody would have taught him at some point this was a mistake. The triple dog dare claims another victim.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a scene straight out of the movie A Christmas Story. It's a 10-year-old in Indiana. He got his tongue stuck to a metal pole. A light pole, yeah. He's a fourth grader. He's unidentified because I don't want to embarrass him any further. But a friend of him dared him to lick the pole in this cold, cold weather, and he did. He licked the pole. That's what he did. And I got to warn you, don't try it. Don't try that. Don't even be curious. Because, the police had to get his tongue off, and the tongue has not stopped bleeding, and they had to teach his mother how to handle his tongue now. And
I wonder how long that takes to heal.
Put yourself in that situation. Well, I think things in your mouth heal quicker than most other places in your body, I've heard. But still, it takes a long time to heal. It's your tongue. You need your tongue at all times. Hurts. It's not like it's a finger and you just wrap it up and, you can let it rest for a little while. You need the tongue always.
To talk, to eat, to drink, to...
All that stuff. Yeah, so I would say don't do that. That's one of those things I'm going to warn you right now. Don't try it. Do not do that. Here's something else I'm going to tell you not to try. Not that you're going to go out and buy expensive shoes right now in this economy. However, if you were planning to, or if you see all the great sales going on, you're thinking, I see all the movie stars with those cute little red bottom shoes. I'm going to go buy myself a pair. Those 6-inch heels, they look fantastic. I am here to tell you, and this is my area of expertise as a shoe lady, do not purchase those Christian Louboutin shoes. Do not believe the hype. They are not the least bit comfortable. Unless you're somebody that goes from limousine to limousine to limousine, there is no reason why. Just because it's cute, just because it's a celebrity. That's one shoe thing I want to tell you. Here's a second shoe thing I want to tell you.
Okay.
If you're not used to the high heels, and you're somebody who takes along a pair of flats with you, and you wear the flats the whole time, throw on the heels for the event, and then put the flats back on, that's even worse for you. Because you get the cramping in your calves and in your feet because your feet going up and they're going down. They're going up and they're going down. That's even worse. So those are my two. Do not try that. That's something I'm warning you right now. Don't try it. Don't try the Christian Louboutin. They look cute. They're very uncomfortable. And don't try the high heel, low heel, high heel, low heel. Make a decision and go for that one. That's what I'm here to tell you.
I had my mom used to make us eat liver.
Oh, no.
So if you've never had liver, I'm here to tell you, don't.
Don't try liver.
Don't even try it. There's nothing good about it. Just don't.
Yeah,
don't even buy it.
Yeah, whose idea was that in the first place? Who thought liver was a good idea?
I don't know. She would do it once a month. What's tonight? Liver. Oh, come on. Are we poor?
It was like a punishment.
Liver, and she'd put onions and she would put it on the stove, and that's what we would eat for dinner.
Ugh.
So if you haven't had that, don't
try it.
Yeah,
don't try it. Okay, so what's something that you should warn everybody right now? Warn us right now. Don't try it. You've tried it. It's horrible. Tell us right now what we should absolutely not do. Warn us. 877-6-Cooper.
Yeah, a product, food, a car, clothes.
Now, Sean Lee says, and believe me, I was shocked that he told me he's done this, but he says most bachelors had at some point in their lives. He's warning people, do not iron clothes that are on you. Take the clothes off to iron them.
That's right up there with the double dog dare tongue.
Do not. He says every guy has tried this, and they can't. Only bad things can happen. Do not iron clothes on your body.
No, I've never tried that. I've tried to put clothes in the microwave to dry them before, and that doesn't work very good.
No, it doesn't.
No, you would think it would.
Yeah,
because
a lot
it
of people
cooks
tell
things
you.
real quick.
Funny, yeah, funny that doesn't work.
It didn't work real well.
Yeah, and you know how you know it doesn't work?
How?
There's no clothing setting on there. There's popcorn. There's time.
But that's not it, though. Somebody's not as smart as I am to think of that, or there would be. See, that's what I was thinking.
No, see, there's a reason why there's no clothing setting on there. Really important. Yeah, and you know what? And along those same lines, don't heat up your clothes in the oven either, because then you're just cooking them, and you could set them on fire.
Yeah, see, it's safer to be in the microwave at that point, I think.
Okay, so I'm going to warn you right now. Don't try it. What do you want to warn everybody? Do not try. I've tried it. It's terrible. Don't do it. Warn us. 877-6-Cooper. Hi, Bill.
Hey.
Now, Bill, you like the liver, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, you know, if you ever watched Anthony Bourdain and all that stuff, the exotic foods and all that, what people used to eat, like if you live on a farm and everything.
Yeah, but are you going to eat that if you don't have to?
Sure.
Really?
Not bad. Yeah.
You take that over a hamburger?
Well, they don't serve it at McDonald's, but it's probably better for you than fast food.
See, Bill, there's a reason they don't serve liver at McDonald's.
Yeah, and that is?
Yeah, you're
Nobody
the only
would
one.
buy it.
You're the only one that would buy it.
They wouldn't make any money. They'd be bankrupt.
They'd be like Circuit City.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Okay, Linda, warn us right now. What should we definitely not try?
I can add to the liver comment. My mother used to make it once a week and add Brussels sprouts with it.
Oh.
And I also hated milk and needed to be a part of the Clean Plate Club. I did a lot of table sitting on those nights.
Oh.
So don't do it.
I feel like you have to really hate your children to make them eat liver and Brussels sprouts.
Yes. The combination together, yeah, it was pretty lethal.
Did you want to call child services on her?
Pardon?
Did you want to call child services on her when she fed you that?
And you know what's funny? I'm a child protection social worker.
Okay, so you tell me. Is that something? Should children be put in foster care if they're forced to eat liver and Brussels sprouts?
Oh, that's child abuse all the way.
See, and Linda's a professional, so she'd know.
Right.
Yep.
And she says don't.
What's
Yep,
worse?
don't.
What's worse? Me tying my kids up with duct tape or Brussels sprouts and liver?
Oh, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
And she would know. She's a professional.
Yeah. Thank you, Linda. Okay, warn us right now. What's something that you're telling us right now? Do not try it. I'm sorry. I've tried it. It's terrible. Don't do it. 877-6-Cooper. How about you, Rick? Give us a good warning.
Well, first, I love what you said about liver. As far as who looked at that and said, let's whip that up.
Right. That looks like food to me.
Right.
Who said that?
Exactly. Who did that? No, but mine is diet cheese. Either eat the freaking cheese or don't.
Right.
But, have a little real cheese. Diet cheese is disgusting.
It is disgusting. What's the point of it? Just cheese is good for you, right?
Well, have an ounce of good cheese instead of 8 ounces of that stuff that's got no taste. The texture is disgusting. There's no point in having it. It doesn't melt.
It doesn't, right. Any cheese that doesn't melt is not cheese.
Put it in the microwave with the clothes. Neither one's going to get a reaction. So that's my 2 cents.
That's a good. Okay, thank you. See, Rick has warned us. If you're thinking about trying diet cheese, if you're going on a diet, the one thing you should not skimp on is the cheese. Eat cheese. Have cheese. It's okay. You'll live. People have been eating cheese for millennia, and they've been fine.
Generic chocolate syrup. Don't
Excuse
get
me?
that either.
Don't get generic chocolate. So get what?
Get the Hershey.
Hershey's?
Get the real stuff.
The real stuff.
The wife bought the generic for I don't know why one day, and it's the big bottle. It's the huge one, the size of your head. So you got to use the whole thing before you get another one, and it was just horrible for 8 months.
You realize Linda's coming to your house now. Linda's going to be there.
She's going to take me away.
No, the kids, they can't have that for chocolate milk.
Yeah, I think the real chocolate milk was a quarter more.
Exactly. Spend the quarter, Mrs. Anthony.
Right.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi, I had another liver comment.
Oh, please.
The liver in the body is actually the filter, so it collects all of the grime and all the toxins in your body, so it really can't be that good for you to eat, I could imagine.
That's a very good point. So if that's the thing that collects all the toxins and everything, why would you want to eat toxins from the animal's toxins?
Exactly.
Yeah. See, another reason why they don't serve it at McDonald's. It's exactly why. I think they'd be liable.
You think?
Yeah, it's toxic.
Liver and cheese sandwich at McDonald's on the dollar menu.
Liver and diet cheese. Now, Carl, you warn us. What should we not try?
Green beans and ketchup.
Oh,
together?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Who put those together for you?
Me.
Why?
Because I liked ketchup. And
you just wanted a ketchup delivery system, and you chose green beans.
I tried it with carrots before, and I liked it with carrots. I didn't like green beans, so I figured the ketchup would hide the flavor, and it didn't.
So you eat ketchup and carrots?
I used to. I don't anymore.
What else is good with ketchup?
Very dry steak.
Yeah. How about eggs? You like the eggs with the ketchup?
Oh, I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Scrambled eggs and ketchup. Love it.
You like that?
Yep.
Yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn. That's all we ate.
I guess
it was like ketchup and scrambled eggs for breakfast, or you didn't eat breakfast. Those were your choices.
Well, you could have the scrambled eggs without the ketchup.
No, they didn't give you that option. I'm telling you, even if you went to a diner, they put the ketchup down with the eggs. And if you didn't put it on the eggs, the waitress came over and put it on for you.
Like they do the pepper?
Why can't you open that bottle? What's wrong with you? Don't you know how to eat eggs around here?
Go back to Brooklyn. Come on.
Coney Island. Hi, Matt.
Hey.
Now, Matt, what's something that you need to warn us right now? Do not try it.
Well, before I warn you, let me just tell you, those toxins in the liver, the reason I would eat them is because they taste good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, mustard on liver mush on a biscuit, you don't even know, man. Okay.
But are you glowing afterwards? Is there something emanating from your stomach, like a light of some sort, because it's toxic and nuclear?
Do I care? If I've been eating McDonald's, do I care?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point.
So, all right, anyway, don't try the following 2 things. 1, a dry martini. Let me just tell you, if you want a dry martini, just go into your medicine cabinet, get some rubbing alcohol, pour it over some ice. There you go. You dry martini right there.
Yep, he's got a point.
Okay?
Yeah, it's a very good point.
I'm not going to say anything more about that. Second thing, don't try shark. If you want some shark, just go grab some napkins, soak it in water, and then eat that. That'll taste better than shark.
So shark meat tastes like napkins dipped in water.
Yeah, that's basically it, man. There's no flavor, and that's about the texture of it. Man, what a waste of money.
See, that's why I say eat the salmon. Don't waste your time on the shark meat. Even Matt says it.
Yeah, and try some liver mush, man.
Okay, Matt, thank you for the warning. And we're not going to try liver mush, frankly. We're not going to try that.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. It doesn't sound delicious. Just those 2 words together.
Mush and liver.
Anything with the word mush in it.
No.
Oh, well, mushrooms are okay.
Liver mush on a biscuit.
I may never eat again. Carrie, you need to warn us right now. What should we not do?
Don't buy cheap paint.
Good one. Now, how come?
If you're going to paint a room, just spend the extra money, go to Sherwin-Williams, and get the good paint, because you'll spend so much time and frustration trying to cover those walls, and it'll chip and it won't wash. Just buy the good paint.
And Carrie, you know why that's really good advice? Because how often do you paint walls? You know, you may do it once every few years. So spend the money and have the good walls.
Yeah, it's not like the difference between buying, you know, a Volkswagen and a Lincoln.
Right.
You know, it's not that much more money for the good paint. Just go buy the good paint, please. I have personal experience. And you know what?
Yeah.
I gave that advice out, and I just did my daughter's room, and she loves this certain color, and I went and bought, well, I can't tell you the brand, can I?
No.
But it was a cheaper
give them
version?
free advertising, can I?
No.
Okay, well, I bought the cheaper stuff, and I went against my own advice, and I paid the price.
See, you didn't even listen to you.
I don't even listen to myself.
And look what happened.
Right.
I have all this good advice, believe me. I love telling people what to do. I won't even listen to me.
Okay, well, heed Carrie's advice, everybody. Do not buy cheap paint. Spend the extra $5. What's $5? Because it's not like it's not like tissues, you know, something that you buy a lot of. How often do you paint your house or your walls?
Couple
not
of
that
years.
often. Yeah. Spend the money. Do the good paint. I'm with her. Hi, Randy. Hey, Randy. What happened to Randy?
Randy's gone.
Oh, it's too bad, because I want to hear what Randy had to say. All right, so what we're talking about is we want you to warn us right now. What should we not do? Like this, it started with this kid, the triple dog dare, and he was dared to put his tongue on a cold light pole, and of course the police were called, and the kid's tongue is a mess. So warn us. What should we not do? 877-6-Cooper. Hey, Cinda.
Hi, Cooper. How are all you all doing tonight?
We're good. We're good tonight, and we'll be better if you give us a really good warning.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a warning, but I also want to end my call with something good that you need to try as well.
Oh, yes, please.
First things first, do not use cheap laundry detergent. You have to use 3 times as much to get your clothes clean. It's not worth your money to save the extra buck.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, and it breaks you out, or it broke me out. So.
Okay, so not only did you have to use 3 times as much, but whatever was in it was obviously not good to be next to your skin.
Right, and I don't know if it's a sensitive skin thing or if it's just a cheap laundry detergent thing, but don't try it.
Okay. And what should we try?
Okay, and I was totally against it, but my husband turned me on to it. Try cheese toast with marshmallows.
Cheese toast with... Oh, give us the recipe. How does this work?
It's heaven. It's the greatest thing I've ever tried. What you do is you take, just regular loaf bread, put a slice of cheese or some... It's better with just the sliced American cheese.
Okay.
Put a slice of American cheese, a couple of large or small marshmallows on it, put the other piece on top, stick it in the oven till the marshmallows and the cheese melt, and it's the best thing you've ever had.
And when he first told you about that, did you think it was the grossest thing you've ever heard?
Yes, I refused to try it. The 2 times he tried to get me to do it, and then he forced me to try it, and I've loved it ever since.
Really?
It's more of a dessert, though. It's more like a sweet dessert, like a treat.
That sounds like one of those things that a bachelor, that's all they have left in their refrigerator. You know, it's some marshmallows, some cheese, and some bread, and they think, well, this could be a sandwich.
Well, I think Mom actually came up with it when they were kids. She used to make it for them. I guess it was a cheap little snack she used to make for them. But you'll try it, you'll love it. I promise.
Okay, you know what? I'll try anything, and those are 3 things I like separately. I'm going to try them together. Okay, so what's something you need to warn us right now? Do not try it. 877-6-Cooper. Hi, Janine.
Hi.
Now, Janine, what should we absolutely not do?
What's that?
What should we absolutely never do?
All right, when you're little and your mom and dad make you sit at the table until you're finished with your food, and you happen to have mushrooms on your plate, and for me, I hate mushrooms, and so I would feed them to the dog under the table and then lie and say I'm done with my dinner, and then like 2 hours later, when you're in the living room watching like Fantasy Island or Dukes of Hazzard, the dog pukes them up in front of everybody.
Oh, you're like, dog?
Uh-huh, the dog blew it.
Oh,
I guess they
blew your
can't
little
digest
secret.
mushrooms.
So feed the dog meat, feed the dog things that could stay in its stomach, but mushrooms, not such a good idea.
You got it.
So there must be other things that you need to warn us. Do not do it. You've tried it. It's horrible. Just let us know what you've done or let us know what not to do. 877-6-Cooper. Carol, what should we never do?
Never allow your 2-year-old to eat an entire can of mandarin oranges.
Now, why would that be?
It's healthy. Look, he's eating fruit. Yeah, no.
How come? What happens to a child after they've had a whole can of mandarin oranges?
Well, let's just say it's not as exciting on the back end of the experience.
Oh, no.
Better going down than coming out.
Oh, my goodness. You're just like, wow.
Your colon isn't even that big. Where'd all this come from? Say that again?
I'm sorry?
Say that again?
Unless you get to give the 2-year-old to someone else when the back end becomes an issue, no.
Wow.
Well, actually, that's a hot tip if you are babysitting for somebody who you don't like the parents of.
Exactly. But your own child, just don't do it.
And I think, Carol, that's very important. So I think there's a lot of moms out there that do not know that mandarin oranges are not good for a 2-year-old's digestive system.
No.
See, okay, that's good. See, and that's why we're doing this topic.
Yep.
That's very important. See, that's a public service Carol just did.
Now we know.
Very important. We didn't know that. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
See, and now you do. Mm-hmm. That's why we're doing this. Hi, Jane.
Hi. What you should never do is mistake wasabi for guacamole. We were in a national buffet in the Bahamas.
Uh-huh.
So everything looks a little different anyway.
Right.
And the chips were nearby, and so I plopped a big wad of what I thought was guacamole on my plate and came back and proceeded to, and I love guac, so I always use a lot of it, and I dipped it and put it in my mouth, and I literally was green. It,
oh, no!
It stuck to the roof of my mouth.
Oh.
It was horrible.
Oh.
So my family was a little mortified because I took a cloth napkin and, was wiping the inside of my mouth out. So.
Well, you had to. I mean, I can't imagine biting into. Now, if you don't know what wasabi is probably one of the hottest mustards you could ever have. And
it's like eating hell itself.
Yeah, it's used in Japanese food. You use it with the sushi, but you always mix it with something. No one. You should never eat wasabi on its own. It could tear your insides out. And Jane found out the hard way.
It was pretty embarrassing. So, yeah, never mistake it.
Plus, it tastes terrible on chips.
Yeah, the worst part was the texture, and literally, I mean, I bet I put a tablespoon on. It was bad. And it was 3 years ago, and it's still fresh in my mind.
Oh, see, that says something. If you're still talking about 3 years ago, that was a terrible experience.
It was.
And yet I'm craving guacamole now for some reason. Thank you, Jane. See, that was very important. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of thing we're talking about. So now what important thing, what is some information you need to warn us right now? Warn us. Do not try it. 877-6-Cooper. Randy, warn us. Help us.
Okay. Sorry I wasn't there before I could hear you guys.
I know. We were like, Randy?
I know. Anyway, I'm not going to warn you, but I'm going to tell you about a story my son, when he was little, got stuck to a metal object with his tongue.
No.
Yes, we were in the grocery store, and he was maybe 3 years old, and he was climbing in to the freezer, like where the ice cream is, and I'm yelling, "Get out of there, get out of there!" And I run over, and all of a sudden he's just screaming, like bloody murder, just screaming. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm thinking he's pitching a fit because I'm going to take him out of where he's wanting to climb, and I'm just saying, "You need to be quiet. Come on, let's go." And I pulled him off of it and just ripped his tongue. He had his tongue stuck to the metal rack in the freezer section, and I didn't know it. I thought he was just climbing in there and hanging on, and oh my gosh, the blood was just
everywhere. It looked like a crime scene. There was so much blood, and he's screaming, and all the people that work there are running around.
And they're like, what did you do to that child?
It was so embarrassing. And the next day, my friend went into the store, and they were still talking about it. They're like, oh yeah, this little boy yesterday, ha. And they're all laughing. She goes, well, that's my best friend's son.
So now what happens to a tongue? How long does it take to heal, and what do you do?
You know, it healed really fast, and I didn't do anything special, to be honest. I was too ignorant, I guess. But, I mean, it wasn't probably nothing like this kid, because apparently they had to call EMS and stuff. He was only stuck for a second. It was a little wire
just a
rack.
little bit of blood,
I'm sure it wasn't, But it got better really quick, and he didn't complain much after the initial little crying.
Right. And he's not scarred for life. He's okay.
No, and you know what? I said, he's 19 now. I said, ask him if he remembers. He just walked through the room. I said, ask him if he even remembers it happening. But we laughed about it.
Does he remember?
I don't know. I need to ask him that.
Yeah, ask him. I'd be interested to hear that. Well, thank you, Renda. See, that's a cautionary tale. Even for 2 seconds.
Because you know she walked up to him and said, get out, and took his arm and ripped him out of there.
You know she did. Of course she did. Yeah, that's what you do. Hey, Connie.
Hi.
So, Connie, warn us. What should we absolutely never do?
Take anything with the word cleanse in it. You get it, right? Like, I don't have a story, but I think that's enough said.
If it says cleanse, walk away from it.
That's what I think, especially if it's like a GNC or, if it's at your local vitamin place. Yeah, just walk away. Walk away.
Yeah, don't
run,
take it.
Run.
Yeah, run away.
Okay.
See, Connie, that's very good. See, that's a hot tip. That's the kind of thing we wouldn't think about.
Right. We'll write that down. No.
Yeah, do not
cleanse.
take anything with cleanse. Yeah. Unless of course you're cleaning your countertop.
Then you could use cleanse, but
then it's
nothing
okay.
that goes in your body.
Don't ingest anything with the word cleanse in it. Colon cleanse, walk away.
Okay.
Yeah, colon cleanse means you'll be on the toilet for the next 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Haley.
Hi.
Haley, now this is a fellow 10-year-old. This is somebody who is one of your contemporaries, and they stuck their tongue on a pole. And you would know not to do that, right?
Yeah, kind of.
And now what is something that you have learned from experience to tell everybody not to do?
If you're having dinner and you don't like your food, do not stick it in your pocket. Even if you wrap it up in a napkin, whatever you do, do not stick it in your pocket.
Now, why is that?
Because usually, like, kids at my age, they usually forget to take it out later when their parents aren't looking, and it stays there. And, like, somebody goes to do your laundry, and they find it in your pocket, and it's usually your parents, and they yell at you, and you usually end up in trouble. And it's also really nasty. Usually, like, your parents or whatever, they're ruined.
Oh, right, because, like, mold can grow and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's really nasty. There was mold on my carrots that I didn't like, and it was nasty. They were, like, one of my favorite pants. I'm like, okay, ew.
See, that's a good cautionary tale. You found out the hard way, but not only do you get caught because they find the food in your pocket, it's moldy and it ruins your pants.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good one. Thank you, Haley. See that's very important.
Don't put carrots in pocket. Got it.
Absolutely. Don't put carrots in pocket.
Okay.
Because you get in trouble and they get moldy. Ron, what's something we should never do?
Well, 2 things, Cooper. I grew up on a farm up in Ohio, and years ago we used to have an electric fence about 6 inches off the ground to keep the cattle and livestock in.
Sure.
Well, you never want to dare anybody to try to see who can hold on the longest. That's the first one. But more important, never pee on an electric fence.
Don't pee on an electric fence.
Did you try it?
Yes.
And
what happens?
I stood up right away.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, it'll give you a little tingle.
And that's not where you want to get a tingle.
Not the good kind of tingle.
No.
Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, Ron. See, I gotta say, it may be a no-brainer for some of you, but for others, do not pee on an electric fence.
Yeah, because
Very
we walk
important to know
past
that.
it and we go, I'd like to pee on that.
I feel that's more of a male problem. I can't imagine a woman is going to get in that situation.
You never know.
I don't know how a woman would, from physics, perspective.
You could do it like this.
No, nobody does it like that.
You could do it like this.
Nobody even said, why would anybody
Heidi, could you do it like this?
No.
I think I'd get my butt electrocuted first before.
Well, how about like this?
No, that's not a position women get into comfortably anyway.
No.
We would never. No, that's not how it happens.
How about like this?
Do you know nothing about the female anatomy? Seriously?
You can do it like this.
I don't even know. How do you even keep
Somebody
your leg
can hold
like
your
that?
leg like this.
No, your leg doesn't even. Legs don't even. They're not supposed to do that. That's an unnatural leg position anyway.
You can try
and
it.
Bizarre.
You only live once.
Really, you really do not understand the female anatomy at all, do you? Hey, Deanna.
Hi.
Now, Deanna, you know this situation, right, with the triple dog dare?
Yeah, definitely.
What happened?
It was summertime, and me and my friend had just watched a movie, and they were like sticking their tongue on the poles in the movie, and she said that could never happen, and I assured her it could. So I dared her to stick her tongue in the freezer, on the freezer shelf, and she got stuck, and we were pouring hot water on it. It just made it worse. It made like a pool of ice around her tongue. And so I told her, you're going to have to rip your tongue out of there. And she left like the tip of her tongue behind in the freezer.
No!
And then all my friends were laughing at her and stuff because we were like 18 at the time. All my friends were laughing at her and stuff because she was like missing like a little bit of the tip of her tongue.
Oh.
But it healed up and stuff. But, I felt really bad.
Yeah, I would imagine. See, this is one of those things that it may look cute in the movies, but Deanna's here to warn you, don't put your tongue on anything frozen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, unless it's ice cream.
Then I had to do it. She made me do it.
And you did it?
Yeah, I did it.
Why?
Just to show her I could do it. She said, you wouldn't do it if I dared you. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I stuck my tongue in the freezer, and nobody would get hot water for me.
And did you have to pull your tongue out?
Yeah, and I lost more of my tongue than she did.
Now, after she lost her tongue, why on earth would you have tried it?
When you're 18, you do stupid things sometimes.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea at the time, but you think that's her problem. That's not going to happen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes. But see, Deanna's here to warn us firsthand.
Don't do it.
Don't do that. Jessica, please warn us. What should we absolutely never do?
I made the mistake one time of telling my friend I have some muscle pains and, I really need something more than Tylenol to fix it. She's like, oh, I have something. It's a slight muscle relaxer here. Just take it. It turned, I couldn't lift my arms. I couldn't walk. I was like, what did you give me? Oh, I gave you the wrong thing.
Hey, wait, don't take that. No, don't take. Oh, you already took it.
Oh, Jessica, you're in a coma. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you those pills.
Exactly. I was like, I still to this day have no idea what it was. I just know I could not force myself to move.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so Jessica says never take medication from a friend. Do not.
Do not. Even if they say, oh, it's just Tylenol. No.
Yeah, no, right. Unless you saw them walk out of Walgreens or CVS or wherever you go with a bottle of Tylenol. And even that, you go buy it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. See, that's an important warning.
Okay, got that.
Found out the hard way. Can't lift your own arms. Okay. Obviously, there's a problem. Okay, hi, Hunter.
Hi, Cooper.
Hunter, can you warn us, please? Tell us something we should never do.
Well, you should never take jelly beans from Halloween. Because my friend one day, Alexis, this woman gave them jelly beans. They had black, green, and red. And the black tasted like poop, the green tasted like puke, and the red was really, really hot.
Okay, so never eat jelly beans from a stranger because you don't know what they really are.
Yeah, I know. And Alexis dared me to try one, and I tasted the green, and I threw up. It was really bad.
Hunter, that's a very important warning to tell people. That's why they tell you, don't take candy from strangers. That's where that came from.
Or medication.
Or liver. We learned a lot tonight.
I know.
And don't give children mandarin oranges. Seems like a good idea at the time. Full of vitamin C. Apparently not so good coming out.